All right, get ready because today we're diving deep into all the drama, mystery, and laugh out loud moments from Disney Twisted-Wonderland, the animation episode 4. If you thought the last episode was wild, and just wait until you see how you, Grim, Ace, and Deuce survive dorm drama, grueling classes, and even a cake heist that gets one of them magicked into misery. There's tart theft, painted roses, signature spells, and even a fashion show with a twist. You're not going to want to miss this, so let's jump right in. The episode kicks off with you waking up to some unsettling sounds and mysterious scenery. He's barely got his bearings before being dragged into the latest chaos by Grimm. But the real trouble begins when there's a knock at the door, and it's Ace, looking like he's seen a ghost. Turns out, Ace's little nighttime visit isn't for fun. He's fleeing from Hartslebel, his own dorm, and why, you ask? Because he ate a tart. Yup, just one slice of delicious tart lands him with a magical collar, a courtesy of Riddle Rosehearts, the iron-fisted housewarden. Here's the catch. See, at Hartslebel, there's a rule for everything, and never eat a tart without the Queen's express permission is number 89. Riddle is dead serious. He drops his classic off with spell coloring Ace and sealing his magic. Ace tries to downplay his mistake, acting like it isn't a big deal. But you and Grimm aren't buying it. They point out he messed up big time, and now he's stuck in ramshackle dorm, which, let's be honest, isn't exactly 5-star accommodations. Ghosts cackle, dust flies, and Ace quickly realizes this crash pad might be worse than facing Riddle's wrath. Soon Deuce arrives, ready with some tough love for Ace. Riddle's been on a punishing spree, collaring other students for the smallest rule breaking, like sleeping in or showing up late. Ace can't use his magic because of the collar, but Deuce insists he's got to apologize. No more hiding. It's time for Ace to face up to his tart thieving ways. You, Grim, Ace, and Deuce head over to Hartslebel, passing through magical gates that instantly whisk them across campus. The grand sight of Hartslebel, practically a palace, leaves everyone in awe. Enter Cater Diamond, the third-year senior with a selfie obsession and signature spell called Split Card. He's painting white roses red to appease the Queen of Hearts rules and is all about keeping things magicable, aka Instagram worthy. Cater's bubbly, social energy is a perfect contrast to the anxious first years, and he ropes them into flower duty. He throws shade at Ace for his infamous tart theft, and with one selfie, he blasts their faces across Magicam. As the newbies get to work painting roses by hand, since Ace and Deuce can't use magic, Grimm accidentally sets the roses on fire with his magic, adding hilarious chaos. Cater explains that strict rules are a Hartslebel tradition, and Riddle is the most rule-obsessed housewarden ever, the reason for all the fuss. Tomorrow's unbirthday party, a wacky Alice in Wonderland tradition where everyone celebrates not being born that day. Pure red roses are mandatory, and breaking tradition is begging to lose your head, figuratively speaking, we hope. Ace tries to get to Riddle to apologize, but Cater blocks him, citing Rule 53 dive. Any stolen item must be replaced before facing the housewarden. So no tart, no entry, no exceptions, even for helping paint the roses. Cater multiplies himself, using his split card spell to kick the group out. He's sending them packing with no progress made on Ace's predicament. With nowhere else to go, the squad heads to class. First up, Potionology, where Professor Cruel is absolutely terrifying in his dedication to academic excellence. Any hint of slacking gets you threatened with unspeakable punishment. The students scramble to stay awake, no napping allowed, or risk catching the teacher's furor. Then comes Physical Education, led by the beefy, over-the-top Professor Vargas. 20 laps, 100 push-ups, 100 squats. It's utter torture for these magical noobs. Grimm, ever the glutton, he only recovers with the promise of a cafeteria feast. Lunchtime brings another chance encounter with Cater and Trey Clover, another Hartslebel third year. Trey is chill, friendly, and surprisingly apologetic for all the house's drama. Grim, Ace, and Deuce ask about the other dorms. The rundown is epic. 7 houses, each inspired by legendary Disney villain archetypes. Hartzla, Queen of Hearts, a Savanaclaw, Lion, King Scar, Octagonal, Ursula, Scarabia, Jafar, Pomfure, Evil Queen, Ignahide, Hades, and Diasomnia, Maleficent. Cater and Trey break down the culture, skills, and quirks of each house. Athletic students, Savanaclaw is king. Brainy nerds, Octagonal and Scarabia dominate the exams. Fashionistas and curse experts, welcome to Pomifior. The tech and magic geeks, that's Ignahide, but Diasomnia steals the show as the home of the most prodigious mages, including their mysterious housewarden, Malleus. The group spots Diasomnia students. Tiny meet Lilia, a cute, tiny-looking upperclassman who is way older than he looks. Lilia's cheerful vibe turns slightly spooky as he hands out licorice candy, showing off magical skills and hinting at Diasomnia's oddities. There's talk about signature spells, original magic unique to each wielder. Cater's split card lets him multiply himself. Riddles off with your head seals magic. The rules at Hartslebel aren't just paperwork, they're enforced with terrifying magical consequences. Ace, still reeling from having his magic sealed, vents his frustration at the sheer pettiness of losing everything over a tart. But Tree reminds him these are the rules, and the only way to break free is to actually get a new tart and apologize. Just as Ace is grumbling, Riddle himself appears silent and menacing. Cue instant tension. The episode ends on this cliffhanger, the promise of confrontation hanging thick in the air. On the lighter side, the show throws in a slice of comic relief with Lilia showing off his new stage outfits to Silver, ranging from bunny ears to old wise Ole. Silver's totally nonplussed, but Lilia's thrilled, proving that even in a world of strict rules and magical mayhem, there's always room for some cuteness. So, what does this episode boil down to? It's a masterclass in ridiculous magical rules, sky-high stakes over low-stakes crimes, and tons of personality clashes. Ace's trouble highlights the dangers and comedy of a dorm literally built around following the Queen of Hearts' every whim, and as Yu tries to navigate the wild world of Twisted-Wonderland, he learns just how eccentric, dangerous, and bizarre every corner of Night Raven College can be. All in all, Episode 4 continues to expand the universe, introducing us to new houses, deepening the political and magical drama, and planting seeds for future conflicts. The interaction between the characters, Yu's curiosity, Ace's stubbornness, Grimm's chaos, and Deuce's tough lively. Riddle's rule, crazy menace is real, and now Ace's fate hangs in the balance. Will he buy a replacement tart, face his housewarden, and finally ditch the collar? Or will Riddle's wrath take things to a whole new level? What did you think of Episode 4? Did you laugh at Grimm burning the roses? Are you loving the magical house drama, or are you more into the quirky pop music club fashion show? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed this recap. You share it with fellow Twisted Wonderland fans and subscribe for more deep dives, reviews, and episode breakdowns. See you in the next magical adventure.